pre-1 item.
Oh. Oh my god, we got a 5v5 level 1 top lane this time.
Yeah, both teams just know what's up. This top lane brush is going to be very important.
Alright, we are now aware of what's going on.
Oh, Smolder stacks galore. Oh, wait.
Oh, Forest. He looks good on the Lee Sin if he can start with 2 kills.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghost coming through. That's a stun onto Jimmy, but Evie's quite low. Sonic Wave connects, and more stacks for Smolder. Does get the 1 there on the back end, connecting onto Jimmy, and no one goes down. It is going to be Ghost Pop from Evie, and the flash used by Kaiwing shouldn't be that meaningful. Losing the flash on the Gragas should be completely fine.
Yeah, but along with this chunk on Gemini, this dive bot lane is looking quite a bit harder to pull off.
He could just do his 3 top camps, recall, and go to his bot camps, though. Yeah. It's a little bit of tempo loss, but it's not really that impactful. It also means he'll be arriving at bot lane if he chooses to do some, with a little bit extra gold, be it health, be it movement speed through boots.
Now, I don't think they know that he stayed rather than recalling, but if they did, Forest can invade. It's very risky for him to invade the bot side, though, if he doesn't know, exactly what Gemini's doing and how much HP he's on. Because we've seen invades into this Volibear go horribly, as well with how little prio you're going to have bot. It would be a risky invade.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, by the time Gemini does his Raptors, he's probably going to be near on full health, has the red buff regen. These camps don't do all that much damage to you, and just through the jungle pit, you are going to sustain up quite a lot. I think he'll be completely fine. I'm
worried about Evie in top lane now without his Ghost. Irelia is very strong in these early levels. Ghost might be nice to just kite her out. Dasher shoved in, as you often are, into a Talia.
Jung sees the pick a card come out and just blade surges straight on his face.
Yeah, as he's getting stunned, so he's on top of the TF when he comes out of that.
Has a Doran shield, not all that surprising, of course, just early on in the lane. Oh, he is so quick with that.
Yeah, but I think I know Forest's plan this game, and it is going to be camp this Irelia.
Yeah, that's going to feel pretty good, though. I mean, you kind of have to protect your bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be up to SoftBank's bot lane to somehow survive the imminent dives.
Jung going to have pretty deep vision there, so should really be able to get out of anything, especially without the Ghost available for Evie on the TF.
Yeah, I think it's just going to suck more for him that he can't really aggress onto the Twisted Fate.
Yeah, I think he doesn't really want to until he gets, his full build in, which is Vampiric Scepter.
Yeah. Actually, a bit of prio for SoftBank's bot lane. They've got to be careful for Gemini showing up here. They will spot him on this ward, and Kaiwing has no flash. Eminem's going to go for a W, maybe.
Kaiwing just body slamming minions as per.
Yeah. So, Jiang takes a very well-timed back.
Oh, we are looking bot.
Leaves Forest with nothing to do.
Jiang actually gets the recall off. There's nothing for Forest to do up here. Yeah. I think maybe he looks for a kill here, but Jiang...
No red buff.
Wisely is just pathing. He's going to put a ward in that tri-bush. Maybe going to take a bit of damage, and will do so.
Yeah, sucks a little bit for Jiang. Since he did just recall, loses a bit of HP.
But you know what sucks more? Gemini being behind your bottom lane.
Yeah.
There is summoners available. Nice body slam, knocks up Vista. Twisted Avant comes through, and that is the flash used, but it's answered. Stun up, and Eminem so accurate with those roots. They're going to find the first blood. Kaiwing picking it up. Ooh. Bit of damage traded back, but not enough to take down Kaiwing, as it is first blood picked up pretty comfortably for Frank.
Yeah,
and this is why I don't think you want to be top as the Lee Sin. Your bot lane is going to be the target.
Yeah, flash of trades as well. You almost prefer the Smolder going down. Gemini could stay. It's going to be a pause. Maybe just the usual communications issue.
Yeah, it's most commonly a mic problem.
I think Frank's bot lane are just out of steam to dive the Smolder, and Forest is on his way down here, so it would be risky to try dive on this wave.
Oh, well played by Gemini. Of course, if you do pass that little area, the minions will catch you.
Yep, so he sneaks around behind the enemy bot lane, and the way he paths here is pretty clever. Up against Vista, he doesn't let Vista just get a W backwards. He comes, from side onto the Maokai. Vista almost gets away too. But Kaiwing is very tanky already as the Gragas. He can just finish him off. And yeah, we have a full screen forest as a bit of a treat.
Damn. Looking good.
Yeah.
Well, technical pause. Sure, we'll figure out what that's about and get back into game in no time.
Yeah, looks like we're back in.
Well, there we go, as quick as that.
And I think Frank's bot lane are just going to have enough time to get this in and get out of here before Forest can cause them any problems.
Yeah, they know where he is anyway. They're going to be fine. Kaiwing does have the teleport, of course, on the Gragas, so, you know, something for us to try not get confused about is teleport could be Marble or Kaiwing from respected sides.
Yeah, Evi's had to blow his ghost again by the look of things. Maybe just to get back to lane.
Yeah, possibly. Played a Steel Cap's first item for that Twisted Fate. It is the Vampire Acceptor. Poor Jiang. I don't think he'll finish the Blade of the Ruined King before he gets Merc Treads, but maybe if he finds himself a bit of a lead, he might. It might be more valuable slightly. Aftershocks trade. Oh, Jimmy, and he's already level 6. That Weaver's Wall down, but it doesn't have the range. Flash forward. Kaiwing gets back off cooldown. And that's a second death for your Maokai in the bottom lane.
Yeah. Yeah, just goes down. Jimmy in with a well-timed roam. Vista overextending for some vision. He got a very deep ward. We'll see if that pink ward pays off. Might take a while for Frank to find it. And it's just going to be an easy dragon for Frank. That's what you want against the Smolder. Get these stacked up.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like we're going for a dive here onto Jiang. Teleports, none of them are available.
Forrest is not level 6 yet on the Lee Sin, but level 5 on the Irelia.
This should be a very dead Irelia. Let's see if Jiang can pull out one of the outplays of all time. Jimmy, and he's aware of what's going on. He is slowly walking his way up, as is Gemini. But Jiang, he must be close to leveling up. Does block a lot of damage, does Jiang on the Irelia. Doesn't land that stun. If he did, he would have certainly been taken out. And this is now a massive minion wave for Jiang to lose.
Yeah, he's still level 5. As well. I mean, there's not much you can do to outplay that, really. Point and click stun coming from the Twisted Fate, followed up by the Charm. Plenty of damage from the Lee Sin at this point in the game, too.
Yeah, if he was level 6, it's probably a return kill.
Yeah, very close to killing Evi. And now SoftBank bot lane. Got to play very carefully. Your team is focused on the top side. At least the Weaver's Wall is down for Jimian.
Yeah, Gemini not quite level 6 either. The Stormbringer can't come out. Might be close though. No, he's halfway. He needs to do this in Gromp and he probably hits it just.
Yeah, it looks like his Gromp is up. Oh, his Jungle Pet trolled him.
Oh, God.
Oh. Wait, Jungle Pet? Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Does he giggle? No, he doesn't. He's going to pretend like to his team that didn't happen.
Yeah.
We saw it, Gemini.
Level 6, a little faster for Forrest. Not all that much for him to do on the map. He can try counter this dive. It is a pretty telegraphed dive, I would think, at this point. As Frank is going to hold this wave and try to crash 2, but Gemini is actually just not coming. And
Jimian's going to be able to communicate exactly where Forrest is because he saw that ward go down from his ward. So maybe by the fact that, you know, Forrest is in that bot side, it's probably not safe enough to look for that dive.
Yeah, has the option
3v3 under tower.
Yeah, has the option to clear his entire top side, and honestly, this Twisted Fate is diveable.
Yeah, you could just gank top, honestly. Yeah, what's Heavy going to do against the Volibear and Aurelia, especially at the level 6?
Yeah, I think that would catch SoftBank off guard. They're expecting them to play around the Gragas Senna lane. And yeah, there is no outplay for the Twisted Fate.
Yeah, it does have both sums, but Gemini also having sums and just a point and click stun means it's going to be a lot easier for Jiang to land the follow-up, but
yeah, trading stuns.
Plating now gone. Looks like we're going to go mid.
He has flash on the Volibear, right?
Yeah,
this
and
is
Eminem's here as well. Oh, okay. Well, didn't really have to use anything there. It's just going to get out essentially a free ult from Ari, and then using Spirit Rush aggressively actually takes a lot of damage from Eminem there.
Yeah,
Level 6 now ticked as well for the center, so Dawning Shadow can be used to facilitate any aggression.
Yeah, unwilling to commit the flash there from Gemini. I think they may have just been able to kill Dasher in one CC, but it is risky. If you don't kill him in the one crowd control chain, he can just ult away on the Ari. Has flash up as well.
Yeah, I think it's just safer to play. You got the ult. Don't need to really do anything else.
Yeah.
Gemini heading up to the top side. Massive minion wave. Possibly just going to be here to ensure that Jiang's able to pick it up this time, as we saw him lose a really big minion wave, of course, at the last point that he got driven.
Yeah, going to be even or up CS still on the Irelia, so the pick is looking quite good into the Twisted Fate, considering the disaster on the previous wave. Looking okay on CS as well. And the Smolder is doing okay. 80 stacks is doing pretty good, actually.
Yeah, has had a lot of time to just do what it wants.
Yeah, I mean, all the jungle attention ended up, you know, getting Vista killed rather than the Smolder.
Yeah, exactly, and you do feel okay about that. Obviously, you don't really want to have the 2 deaths, but if you're going to have 2 deaths in the bot lane, it's better for it to be Vista instead of Marble here on the Smolder, of course. He's certainly doing pretty well for themselves. Kyming now getting aggressive. The Black Mist and the explosive cast. We talked about Marble not going down, but with that combo, he might just. As it's going to be Eminem trying to find the follow-up damage, and Kyming will take that kill for himself. Really well executed play there onto that Smolder. And now Jiang, he's under tower. Out of mana now too, as Forest is up here looking for something. Destiny can come through, so Jiang can't really walk to his second tower.
Yeah, it's more dangerous to leave the tower at this point.
I think it is a little hard to get the dive off, even though it's an out of mana Aurelia.
Yeah, no damage.
You are just so sort of low in health. There's not really anyone that can tank that tower for a whole lot.
Yeah, and honestly, not all that much damage either coming on to the Irelia.
Yeah.
Gonna be 6 Void Grubs for 2 Dragons. A trade we see often, and a trade we often see just favoring the team that got Dragons.
Yeah, in this game you do have the Twisted Fate, but...
Yeah, it might be scary for him to ever...
Yeah, I don't think he's ever actually winning the side lane up against Aurelia is kind of the problem.
Yeah. He can probably escape in the side lane from the Irelia, get himself away with Ghost. Here's the dive. They see Dasher on Vision.
Yeah, teleport coming through, though. Who is it? Is it Kywin? No, it's Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy takes a big chunk of his health there from that Orb of Deception. And nice set of Earth. Dasher, 1 HP. Young Flash won't land. Nice response from Dasher, and now it is still looking very dicey. Kywing has his teleport available for himself if he wants to come up here and assist.
Yeah, cross-map, though.
Yeah, it's looking like they are just going to favor this cross-map. Storm Caller available. Twisted Advance through onto Kywing. He's not tanking up the tower, though. Nature's Grasp is well used. He does eventually tank it up because of that Barmy Cinder, but all things said and done is going to get away.
Yeah, and I think you're just feeling okay with this as both teams, honestly. Disasters avoided across the board. Neither jungler able to accomplish much.
Okay, Sonic Wave connects, and Kywing using his teleport down the bot side, so no one's coming up here to help.
Yeah, and Jiang's restored a lot of mana.
Locked in. It does use that Blade Surge. Here comes the Dragon's Rage, and Jiang is just dead.
Yeah.
A lot of time spent assisting this Twisted Fate. He's yet to pick up a kill, and he hasn't really found himself that much of an advantage. Yes, he has a little bit, but...
Yeah, I think it's more that this is just going to be an unplayable Irelia game for Jiang. It's up to his team now to carry him, essentially, give him opportunities to farm back up. Marble committing his ult to clear the wave here. You don't love to do it as Smolder, but sometimes you just have to. Equal amount of plates taken in the bot lane, so Jiang's team is getting advantages across the map.
Play the Rune King now completed for Jiang.
Yeah, he still easily wins the 1v1 against Evie. Evie has to constantly be careful.
Yeah, so much so, he's just ran away from being somewhat central in the lane and recalling behind his tower. Doesn't have teleport, but can use that ultimate to get back to lane. In the meanwhile, though, I think Jiang might be able to pick himself up a tower plate in that top side. Choosing a ward, rather.
Yeah.
Look for that recall, but...
Recall, get himself some boots. It's risky to just hit the tower against the TF, right? Because if the Lee Sin has lingered around, then you can get TF ulted again.
Yeah.
Whether they actually win that fight without the Lee Sin kick against the Bork Irelia, under tower, they probably would.
All right. Let's see what can happen really here. Vista can obviously find a really easy engage if he so chooses, but he's not going to really want to find it onto Gemini. Stun comes through. Vista going to actually flash away. Now Forest being the target, even him finding quite a lot of damage. It is just going to be that safeguard to get himself out of dodge. Now Evie is walking down on this Twisted Fate. Jiang slowly following behind him. Here comes the charm landing, but it's only going to get the cleanse. Evie sprinting in, speed of light. Gold card onto Gemini. And so nothing really to see.
Yeah, so that's Ghost and ulti down for the Twisted Fate, so don't have to worry about him until the next dragon, if you are Frank. And Force is just running back up here. Yeah, as expected, you're just going to spend all day in this lane. If he dodges
Stun
the
won't
stun.
connect. Forrest coming in. Through comes out a rally roll. See what he can do in return. He almost picks up the kill. 1 second earlier on that center ult, and it might just have been that 1-for-1.
Yeah, Eminem may be underestimating. I was underestimating how well Jiang would do in that 2v1 as well. That was terrifying if the center ult comes through in time. But yeah, you've kind of accomplished what you needed to do in this early game as Forrest. I don't think Gemini's... I mean, they've taken bot tower.
Yeah, and that's the first tower of the game, despite 6 Void Grubs going over. Again, it's going to be traded for the Rift Herald. And
Heavy.
how many times do we need to see that that is a trade that favors the Rift Herald team? I mean, the tower team every day of the week. Stun comes through. Jimmian's going to pick himself up a kill. Evie is going to be fouled. Jimmian picking himself up. That one is now 2-0-0 on the Taliyah, having a good start to this game for himself, as is the entirety of Frank, maybe except for Jiang.
Yeah, no Weaver's Wall necessary, just the TP from Jimmian is going to still have the Taliyah ulti to get around the map if he needs to. Vista no flash. Has to be careful here. He's looking very squishy on this Maokai. Blue buff stolen away by Frank, and I mean, I guess they're going to play for this top lane tower now. Or maybe just sit the Senna in the mid lane. And Smolder is always happy to just sit in mid and trade the waves.
Yeah.
He is on 134 stacks, so doing pretty well.
Yeah, doing really well. It's a pretty hard game to beat Smolder, though, I think. Even when you get the stacks, there is just so much CC that can come through. And as soon as the Aurelia's on you, you probably just die.
Or steals away the Void Grub. Has kind of been the benefactor of these top lane ganks more than the Twisted Fate. So he's a level up on Gemini.
It's going to be a 5v5. Evie is headed his way down. Jimmian, he's clearing out the mid wave. Of course, he does have Weaver's Wall. Kyvan going forward, finds a flash body slam, but it's only going to be onto Forrest. It's not the member you want. Dasher goes through, but it's through the shattered earth, and he does go down. In the meanwhile, though, Marble picks up 1 kill. Jiang trying to find something in return. He's getting so low. Forrest does take him down. Evie is going to be the response now. Both top lane is dead. Jimmian trying to 1v2. Won't be able to, as Marble picks up a double. It's going to be Forrest as well on the backside. Gemini with it all to do in the back, but can't. It's going to be the flash away, and Dragon number 3 will be picked up. Bears SoftBank dominate the fight.
Yeah, that was an absolutely ludicrous fight, especially from Forrest. He was ridiculous this fight. I think he found himself in 1v3s, 1v2s during that fight, survived and did the most damage in the fight as a Lee Sin is pretty impressive. And you're seeing how useful this Twisted Fate is. If he doesn't get destroyed by the Irelia in lane, he just shows up and doesn't really matter who you're stunning. Even Kaiwing is good enough. Unfortunately, Engage doesn't work out for him. And then, I mean, just watch Forrest in this fight, really. Finishes off Jiang here, and eventually finds himself in a 2v1 after Evie is picked off. And just kills Eminem, and survives long enough for his team to come help him with Gemini. Doing so much damage on the Lee Sin.
Yeah, insanely well played team fight for him.
Yeah, and honestly, maybe the biggest benefactor of this fight was Marble, just getting to live through an entire fight like that. Getting to hit a Gragas and a Volley Barrel fight.
Some shutdowns for himself, now sitting 2, 1, and 3.
Yeah, as well as his timer.
171 stacks.
Yeah, as well as the timer on that Dragon Soul just being extended another 5 minutes means that Marble is certainly getting to his 225 breakpoint.
Absolutely will be doing so, as Forrest now 4-0-3 on the Lee Sin and continuing to make the pick look exceedingly strong. Yeah,
and now once Smolder gets his stacks and maybe 3 items, you have to worry about even your tanks going down.
Forrest, he gets the ward jump. It's going to be okay. Jimmy not quite in range to follow up with that seismic shove and scattered earth combo.
I think even these tanks can go down in 1 gold card stun once Marble is online. There's a lot of CC to follow up and a lot of damage on the side of SoftBank.
Yeah, I don't think for Frank you want to fight right now. Yes, you're kind of scared about the Smolder timer, but Jimmian is very, very close now to having that Horizon focus. I think you want to have at least that available for the Taliyah. It's going to be a lot of extra damage.
Yeah.
Offers a bit of utility as well. Opportunity, though, is completed here for Eminem. He's looked pretty good on the center.
Yeah, I mean, it is on Eminem and Jimmy to carry this game, but I just don't think they have the chance to do it into the SoftBank comp. Seems very difficult. I mean, Talia's able to always work some magic in team fights. If you can land multiple target shoves, you're going to carry any fight.
Oh, I really want to see Gemini not take this now and wait 15 more seconds.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Global. Irelia will appreciate it.
Took it. Oh. We are trolling.
Yeah, it does.
Of course, the difference between taking it at 19 minutes 45 and 20 minutes is all 5 members get it as soon as it's 20 minutes. But, yeah, I guess maybe not looking at the time or just not caring, but I do think it's always worth it to just wait that extra 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think they just want to play with a bit more tempo. I guess they're taking this top tower.
We're starting Baron. It should be known, and I mean, Heavy's going to find out if he ever just presses R, and there we go. It is very clearly going to be now known to the side of SoftBank. This does mean that there won't be Destiny available. Dash is here. Forest also. See, Frank, they've stayed on there quite a while. Gold card comes out. It's onto a pretty ideal target in Jimmy, but they're not going to actually follow up on it for now. Gemini going to get very aggressive here. There are 3 members of SoftBank still in that top side of jungle.
Evie.
Yeah, Evie's gone really far forward. He's going to get jumped on. That's a Stormcaller used, but with the Ghost popped and Flash still available, he's feeling completely okay. Smite comes through, and the gold card to answer. Gemini not going to find his way with a stun onto Evie.
Yeah, 1 minute on this Dragon now. Seems like SoftBank have position for it, but Ghost will definitely be missed on this Twisted Fate, but at the same time, Volley Barrel.
Yeah, might have it up just in time. I'm not entirely sure about the Volley Barrel ult
Yeah, it
cooldown.
doesn't seem like a long cooldown.
Yeah, no, we're already at a quarter. I do feel it might be like 10 seconds after the dragon spawns, at which point you can kind of just kite the dragon for a little bit.
And what's most important for this fight, I think, are the smolder stacks. He was going at just under 10 per minute, so I don't think he's going to have it. 220, he will have it.
Yeah, he will have it. But also, you don't have the Twisted Fate ultimate now. You don't have the Twisted Fate Ghost. So he is a vulnerable Twisted Fate in this next fight. It has Flash. But yeah, all eyes really on Smolder. What can Smolder do? What can Frank do to shut down the Smolder? Obviously, last Dragon, we saw Kaiwing narrowly miss the Flash Body Slam onto him and kind of spelt disaster.
Yeah, Marble with Flash up for this next fight.
Going to be Frank once again starting up the objective.
Yeah, Mapai ult available.
Completely okay with that. 1/4 of the cooldown left on this Volley Barrel ult, so isn't going to have it.
Forest.
Yeah, Forest lands with that Sonic Wave. Now it's onto the Dragon. Marble, though, is finding damage. Through comes that Weaver's Wall. It's going to deny Dasher from getting over at least this time. Down comes the Scattered Earth, and Evie's going to have to flash away. Does narrowly get out of there as Gemini is very low and executed. Marble is truly online now. It's the Smolder. Changi's on a flank. Charm won't connect, and now he's 1v5. Stun comes through, but what is he going to do? He's going to try and find something, and that something is an execute. Marble now, triple kill in the fight. Only Gemini and Eminem remain, and this is Baron now going to be in the sights of SoftBank.
Yeah, and a tale as old as Smolder. The moment he gets his stacks, it's time for multi-kills on this champion. Frank's just frustrated playing against this Twisted Fate. Flash onto Evie and don't manage to connect a kill onto him. Those are the kind of engages you need to be getting onto Marble on the Smolder. But just if you leave this Twisted Fate up to get multiple stuns in a team fight, you might not win even if you pick off the Smolder. So it's a very difficult game now for Frank to play, especially with Baron and a second Dragon picked up for SoftBank. Yeah, Gemini finds a good engage, but there's no follow-up, unfortunately. Rest of Evie's team cut off from him as well, but Jimmy just not in range. He actually does get in range to follow it up. But no one else there to hit him, finish off Evie.
Forest with a nice 2-man ult as well.
Yeah, Forest playing great this game. I think identifying their win condition this game really well and then playing the fights immaculately.
Well, if it isn't Smolder.
Yeah.
This game should be pretty much in the bag now for SoftBank. They have the Baron, and if you thought Aurelia was weak before, well, playing Aurelia against Baron is such a miserable time.
Yeah, hard to get the stacks, right?
Yeah, as you see there, not going to get it off that one, the reset. They are sizably ahead as well, of course, currently sitting at what is essentially 6k gold.
Yeah, going to be slow going to take these towers. No rapid fire on Smolder yet. pretty risky to just walk up and auto the tower, but eventually the... Oh,
yeah, no
Makai
crowd
ult.
coming through. Nature's Grasp connects onto Gemini. Eminem able to get out of dodge there. Vista going forward. Twisted Advance going to immediately flash away as Weaver's Wall has come in. Evie, he's dead. Through comes at Aurelia, and Aurelia is resetting. Aurelia is finding everything he needs, and that's 2 kills for Frank. Dash is arriving to the play, but very, very late, as already his top lane and his support have been taken out.
Yeah, that was an amazing Weaver's Wall from the Talia. Jimmy clutching up there and defending their tier 2 tower. That is going to be the Baron play dead for SoftBank. Not the biggest deal from SoftBank's perspective, but you get a lot of gold onto the side of Frank. And no flash on the Twisted Fate as well, just finds himself stuck behind the Talia ulti.
Yeah, really well played there by Jemian. Pretty much perfect. Sees the Maokai get a bit too aggressive alongside Evie on the Twisted Fate. Puts the Weaver's Wall just far enough behind them that Vista cannot flash out of the tower and over the wall. And
yeah, maybe a little impatient from Vista on that siege. Forrest is going to find Jiang. I wonder if he wins this.
Yeah, I imagine
1v1.
he does. It's 2 item and a half lease into almost 2.
Yeah, it is
Not
also
quite.
just the same level as the enemy top laner, thanks to some XP from the Baron as well. Level 15 on Dasher, 15 on Marble. Carry's looking pretty massive on the side of SoftBank.
Now, all sums pretty much are up. I mean, Jiang's flash isn't very close to being up. Gemini's is. And on the other side, it is just pretty much everything outside of Evie and Vista's flash, which was used not too long ago.
Yeah, and that is the Baron over now for SoftBank. They didn't manage to get a single tower, I don't think, with it.
No.
So good hold from Frank, who essentially at this point need a miracle team fight where they find multiple carries with a Gragas engage.
Yeah, and Smolder has to die immediately.
Yeah.
That is the key to ever winning a fight now, is you have to somehow, and this is through flash available for Marble.
Yeah.
As well of course, the flap. You have to somehow kill off the Smolder first, and then snowball the team fight from there.
Yeah.
And even if Smolder's dead, there's still so much damage coming through for Dasher and Evie as well.
Yeah, so it's very conditional, right? So you need to find multiple carries. One of them has to be the Smolder, and it pretty much has to be the Gragas. And that is kind of depending on SoftBank to mess up, right? Because if they recognize this, if Evie and Marble are split, Dasher has Banshees and is an Ahri, so it's always difficult. So they're going to need a mistake from SoftBank, as you often do when, honestly, they're only 5k behind, but when you factor in the Smolder stacks and just how impactful this Twisted Fate is in these team fights.
Yeah, it's Dragon time. Jiang going to answer this top wave. Has teleport. There's, of course, Destiny available for Evie as well, who now has both of his summoners back.
Yeah, setting up for Dragon now. Mid-prio always going SoftBank's way with how much wave clear is on the Smolder.
Charm connects. It's onto Kaiwing, and he barely feels it. Gemini getting aggressive, actually using that smite before the Dragon to get rid of the Banshees.
Yeah.
So that obviously tells you that Frank are going to be looking for this fight. Smite nearly back up, the second charge. Teleport now coming through for Jiang. Through comes that Weaver's Wall, and Dash is on the other side of it, but we'll have the Spirit Rush to be able to get through it. This Dragon very, very low now. It's smited away, and it's going to be picked up by Forrest. He's finding everything this game. Spirit Rush coming through to get himself out of that route as Eminem flashing to the opposite side of the team fight, but he's taken down in no time at all. That's 4 already gone. Before the team fight even starts, it's over, as it's going to be SoftBank almost certainly now picking up game number 1.
Yeah, they might just be able to end on this push now. That was a very well-played fight from Dasher, actually, who just came alive out of nowhere. I guess when you're so focused on this Smolder, the Ahri is just given free reign. He actually managed to find himself on a flank. Weaver's Wall not affecting him at all on the Ahri, and finds a charm onto Jimian, who goes down with his flash up. No chance to flash when there's so much crowd control on the side of SoftBank. And doesn't look like they can end on this push, though Marble is maybe just hitting some extra minions, but yeah, big team fight from the Ahri. Watch Dasher on this flank here, isn't on top of any vision. Hits this plant to give vision on the entire team. Jimmy gets hit by the Maokai ulti, actually, into the Ahri charm and just goes down before any chance to flash. And yeah, Dasher
just snowballed out of control, really.
Yeah. I mean, the Maokai pick looked pretty rough in the early game and honestly doesn't help all that much with the Smolder getting dived. But once you get it to these fights, Maokai is so ridiculous in these dragon fights.
就是如果他们是这样一直可以3个人来的话，基本上我选卡上帝也。
Oh, back to live. We're going to have one person dead already. Jung, he's going to trade it back. Maybe Forrest actually living. No, he's not. Jimmy's going to get that one last threaded body to pick up the kill, and Jimmy will be going down on the back end as well. The execute coming through once again for Marble. Forrest is taken out, but they should still be able to pick up this Baron as it is jungler for jungler, and they have a one-man advantage even after that.
Yeah, no smite available, but it's really just Kaiwing that can maybe go for a steal on the tank Gragas. I've seen stranger things, but there's a lot of burst on the Smolder and Ahri, right? A little bit scary.
Oh, Vista.
Oh, yeah.
And Dasher coming forward, but they are not going to overcommit. There is definitely a world in which Eminem and Kaiwing can take out this Ahri, and with that, it is the Baron picked up. It's just, here we are.
Yeah, level
was that 23 health at one stage there, so certainly could have been stolen by
even
anyone.
by the tank Gragas, yeah. And I think this engage was onto Gemini initially, right? Nice charm from Dasher.
Oh god, he dies quick.
And then look how much damage Eminem just took from nothing. It's literally a sneeze. Forrest almost gets out here too. But yeah, so much CC on this team is so nice for Smolder to play with at this point. Once you're strong, all you need are people to stand still long enough for you to actually proc, and Dasher overstayed.
Yeah, overstaying topside. Obviously doesn't have the ult. He used it to try and fend off any attempts at a steal on that Baron, and does just get taken out.
Yeah, big shutdown for Eminem there, but I mean, just look at the levels in the bot lane. Smolder is 3 levels up, thanks to 2 Barons and just a lot of solo laning this game.
Yeah, 7-1-7 on that Smolder as he's going. Picked himself up a QSS, but ultimately is going to be picking up the Leandries as his next item, almost certainly.
Yeah, I think the QSS is really smart. It's unlikely to lose fights at this point, but if you're going to lose them, there's probably a flash volley bear stun somewhere in the mix there, so he has the QSS for that.
Ivy as well. He's picking himself up as Zonya's. Has the Seeker's Arm Guard at the moment.
Yeah. These 80 carry champs that can build random Zonyas feel so strong. Smolder and Twisted Fate.
Yeah.
The ones that mainly come to mind. Yeah, randomly Lucian. Jimmy, I'm going to clear a massive wave that SoftBank can't play around now, and they're maybe misplaying these lanes a little bit.
Yeah, there is no waves really that are synced.
Yeah, so Frank are able to just like ping pong between the lanes, and oh my.
Yeah, Eminem has nearly died.
Yeah, from complete safety, he's taken, you know, almost half HP off 2 members. Kaiwing threatening a flash either, seeing if he can bait out Marble's flash.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, this is going to have to be one of the defenses of all time if Frank were to pick up a win. They're 11k behind. Baron's still available for 40 more seconds.
Yeah, they finally synced up the waves, but Flap is down.
Yeah, we're looking for Evie, but he's going to dodge out, and Jimmy is in a world of trouble now. And just taken out. Jung probably going to answer back, although the Seeker's Arm Guard comes out and maybe denies it. Dawning Shadow, though, should confirm it, and Jung does pick himself up that kill. But in the meanwhile, it's bot lane Inhib taken out. Eminem and Kaiwing trying to defend. It's a 4v4, but no ultimate left on this. On this Aurelia is it's going to be the flash bodies flame once again missed, and Chum comes through. Kaiwing is absolutely dead. Jung 1 HP flashes away, and the Stormbringer doesn't make sure that Gemini's able to get out, but Nexus Tower number 1, Nexus Tower number 2 both taken out as Jung, Twisted Advance, and Vista alongside Forrest, Dasher, and Marble will be picking up game number 1, although Jung managing to get 1 kill back for himself, and he's reset and he's trying to do something, but nothing really to be done. As SoftBank take game number 1.
Yeah, Evie manages to get a kill in a 1v2 there, and then Kaiwing has been struggling all game to really connect onto Marble. Marble didn't even have to flash away from that engage from the Gragas, and I'm not sure if the Smolder had to flash all game. Pretty well played by SoftBank either way.
I don't remember that. Yeah,
Marble is positioning immaculately. Easy when you've got that much CC on your team. And you're off to such a good start. Jung just taken out of that game completely by Forrest. Forrest commits so much time in the top lane. I think there was
even Dasher going up there.
Yeah, I think there was a 1 minute, maybe 2 minute stretch where that Lee Sin was just sitting in a bush behind Jung's tower, making sure he could never get aggressive onto Evie at all. And